Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Jason White and this is Jason's Weird Reads, and today I have another tag video for you. This is the quarter year book crisis tag. Now, I saw this over on Shannon Riddler's channel. I'll link her video down there in the darkness. And the original, though, is by a booktuber called Royson's Reading. And I'll also link her original tag video down there in the darkness. Now, I'm doing this not because I enjoy doing tag videos. I enjoy doing the occasional tag video, but this one I wanted to do because I want to sort of keep myself in check with my reading goals, which admittedly there's not many reading goals, but I'm having an interesting reading year so far, and I thought this would be a good way of just sort of keeping track of where I am and what I'm doing reading wise. So the questions. First question: how many books have you read so far this year? And I have read 25 at this moment in time, and that is actually pretty good for me. I don't remember being 25 books in so early before. If you were to still count this as the actual quarter mark, then I'm a quarter also on the way to 100 books, and I've never read 100 books in 1 year before. I've read 80 to 85 in 1 year before, but I've never made 100. So I'm not saying that I'm going to make that. I'm going to have to pack in some more novellas in order to complete such a task. But I am sort of on the road to that, and that makes me very happy. One way I've done this, I've been reading more often, and so that's a really great way of achieving that. Question number 2, have you already found a book you think might be a 2022 favorite? If not, what was your favorite? So there's a couple that I think so far the most entertaining book that I've read, the one that had me chuckling a lot, laughing, is The Crown Tower by Michael J. Sullivan. That whole series, the Rhyria Chronicles, really made an impression on me earlier this year, and so I think I would go with that so far. Although, interestingly enough, I think this isn't really a reflection on the books that I've read so far. It's more of a reflection on I'm trying to stop passing out 5 stars on ratings on Goodreads and whatnot as easily as I used to. Having said that, there's been a lot of 4-star reads this year. But I haven't found anything that seems like the perfect 5-star read for me yet this year. The closest in fiction, anyway, would be The Crown Tower by Michael J. Sullivan. Question number, I guess this is 2B, because there's 2 2s here. Any 1-star books or least favorite books of the year? Let me check my Goodreads here. I don't think there's any books that I've actually hated this year. Although Bloodsong, maybe. I started that book and I absolutely loved the first half, but then the second half started to fall apart a little bit for me. I listened to the audiobook, and that could be the reason why. It just suddenly, like, the first half, I was able to like tune into it very easily, and then that's the part where the main character is in the military school, and then he leaves the school, and suddenly the cast is much bigger, and the timeline kind of gets confusing, and that's where it kind of lost me. So if I was to mention, it'd be a tie between Anthony Ryan's Bloodsong or Adrian Tchaikovsky's Guns of the Dawn. I didn't hate those books, but so far I would say they were my least favorite this year so far. Back to the questions. Question number 3. Most read genre so far. That would be a split, I think, almost evenly between fantasy and self-help books. Now, the self-help books aren't, I've read some Mark Manson and also Ryan Holiday, and his interpretations of Stoicism, which has been really, really interesting. I've also been meditating a lot more this year. One of the reasons why I'm reading some self-help books, I'm trying to align my mind a little more on a healthier track. I've lost over 60 pounds in the last year and a couple of months. And so now that I'm fixing my body, I'm also trying to fix my mind. Last year I read a lot of books about like the keto diet and whatnot, and now I'm trying to I'm reading about a better way of thinking about things. Is pretty much a healthier way, I should say, not better necessarily, but a healthier way of thinking about things. A book, and now this sort of goes into the next one, is the book that surprised you. This is question number 4, a book that surprised you. I'm going to go with an author that surprised me, and that's Ryan Holiday. Ryan Holiday has his own YouTube channel, The Daily Stoic. I'll put links down there for that, down there in the darkness. He's almost like a modern day prophet, except a lot of his videos come off as motivational speeches. He has this way of talking like a motivational speaker. That doesn't interest me so much, although those videos do have certainly have their uses. I'm more interested in learning about Stoicism, and his videos provide that very much in spades. It's just the way it's presented, and he sort of found his voice in that. And he's written like 10 books, most of them that if not like all of them, use Stoicism as sort of like the main philosophy, and how he expands his ideas into sort of concentrated topics, like ego is the enemy, which is how to sort of dissolve your ego, get past your ego, to live a more peaceful life while still storming through the storm of life, and getting to the top of wherever it is you want to go, which is the same with stillness is the key, how to create that sort of stillness within yourself. Those two books go very, very well together, and I recommend them both highly if you're interested in that type of thing. So question number 5, a book that's come out in 2022 already that you want to read but haven't yet. And honestly, I'm not very good at keeping track of all the new books, unless booktubers have talked about them. I will talk about a book that I have read, because that's actually more rare for a book to have come out this year, and I've read it already. And that is Dead Silence, and I really enjoyed that book, problematic as I felt it was. It's just a good read, honestly. It was just fun, and I'll probably check out the author again. Depends on what they do. It would be interesting if she comes out with another space horror book. I would love that. She probably won't. Question number 6. One goal you made that you're succeeding at. And honestly, I'm going to go with the Goodreads goal. I'm already at the halfway mark, because I set it at 50. Thinking of keeping it at 50 every year, just as, an incentive that's fairly easy for me to make, although I still struggle at it, because if anything happens throughout the year that throws me off my reading, then I'm going to have trouble keeping that 50 book a year goal. So that I'm happy that I'm more than halfway, and we're not halfway through the year yet. We're not even close. So far, if things keep going the way they are right now, I'm going to have another really good reading year in terms of quantity. So that keeps me happy. Question number 7, one goal you made you need to focus on. And there's one goal I made. I did a video recently. I'll try to remember to put the card up there. The goal was a spring TBR. Now, my spring TBR has already been hijacked. And Ryan Holiday is responsible for that. Ryan Holiday and Mark Manson. So, but the thing is I have started, I backtracked a little bit, and I've started on that list. So I have started a couple of the books. Actually, there's 3 of those books on my spring TBR that I'm currently reading right now, as well as some of these self-help books. So, or at least philosophy books. So I came to this issue before I saw this question. And I'm already starting to focus on it a bit more, because I want to at least read half of those books, if not maybe a little bit more, by the time summer rolls around. So I'm trying to keep track on that. I also want to focus on reading just a little bit more horror, because this is what this channel was found on. And I've kind of, instead of just adding some fantasy or science fiction elements, the fantasy has kind of hijacked the channel itself. So, and this has been reflected in the comments. There's 1 or 2 people who are like, where's all the horror? I apologize for that. I do plan on getting back to horror. The itch has returned. But I really personally need to read some of these other books as well. So, but don't worry, the horror is coming back, if that's what you're here for. Question number 8, new to you booktubers, bookstagrammers, booktokers for 2022 that I recommend. I have to admit that I haven't been watching as much booktube as I used to. I've been watching a lot of other types of videos, like Ryan Holiday's videos, but not just his. There's a lot of others. And I've noticed a bit, like, booktube isn't what it was a year or two ago. There seemed to be a lot of booktubers last year and the year before and the year before that. This year it seems to be, I don't know if I'm wrong on this. It could be just my perception because I've kind of veered off and started watching other things. But it seems to be, like, if you were to look at this like a pie chart or a chart, seems like just say 2 years ago, horror booktube was up here, and this year it's like gone down to here, and hopefully it goes back up. But I do have a few recommendations here. They're not brand new except for one of them, but I guess maybe 2 of them. But you know, I recommend these guys. They're fairly new, and that's Michael's Boo and Books. Fiber Artsy, Crystal. She's a hoot to watch. I love watching her channel and hearing her take on books. Creatures Book Reviews. I came to this guy because he was commenting on my videos a lot, and we seem to have a lot in common when it comes to books. So I definitely recommend his channel. It's brand new. I don't think he's creating videos very regularly, but he is creating them. He just created a short video today about phalanx, alien phalanx, which is interesting. He says there's a review coming. I'm looking forward to seeing his review on that. And finally, Slime and Slashers. She is a hoot. This I can't remember her name. It's escaping me right now, but her channel is just a hoot to watch, and I thoroughly enjoy myself while watching her. All right, that's my take on this tag. That's also where I'm at in this year. So far, I'm kind of kicking some ass. I haven't read that 5-star, oh my god, blew my mind book, and that's both within, like, none of the stoic stuff has made a 5-star. None of the stoic books have made a 5-star book for me yet, because I don't always agree with everything that I read in those books. You can't. Otherwise, you're just becoming I don't know, like, you're just following. I think when you read those books, you have to kind of read a whole bunch of them from different authors and whatnot, and formulate your whatever works best for you. And I don't agree with everything that Ryan Holiday says, and I don't think he would want me to, or anyone who comes to his channel. Same with Mark Manson, and there's some other authors that I'm currently checking out as well. So yeah, I'm kicking ass in terms of quantity, and let's hope that, well, you know what? I've enjoyed the majority of the books I've read, so I hope it just continues on this stream. So that is my check-in. If you liked this video, there's some more videos. I like to talk about horror books, fantasy, and science fiction. If you're into that type of thing, then please hit the subscribe button. Comment down below, and if you enjoyed this video, I don't do too many tag videos, but I do like to do a lot of top 10 videos, especially on the horror genre. And you can check those out right there. There's a playlist, and there's a video here too that you can check out. Keeping safe, keeping creative, and I'll catch you guys in the next bookish video.